What's going on, knife friends? Carter here with Edged Mindset. I've got a cool thing to look at. I'm really excited about it. We are going to open up this package and check it out together. This was sent to me by my buddy, Zach. My buddy, Zach, who's a big Strider fan. We talk about Striders a lot. He branched off into a different style of knife for him and, frankly, a pretty different style of knife for me as well, and said, hey, why don't I send this to you so you can check it out? Do a video on it. And I said, hey, that would be awesome because I've actually had my eye on these for a while now. I've joined the Facebook group. I've paid attention to it. Before I forget, Zach owns a company. I think it's him and his wife. It's called Mother of Macros. It's one of those mail order frozen meal type things. They focus a lot on kind of healthy stuff, low carb stuff, kind of, lifting weights, getting healthy, losing weight. But also, if you're just lazy like I am, these services are awesome. So check them out. I'll put all the information down below along with the link and a history of the company. If you're trying to change kind of anything with your lifestyle or, oh, this is cool, or anything like that, check them out, Mother of Macros. Order you some meals, save some time and get healthy. You may know what this is by looking at that sticker if you are familiar with fixed blades, because yes, this is a fixed blade. This is cool. This is cool. Okay, I thought it came with a Kydex sheath. Let's see. Let's open this up. Oh, it does come with a Kydex sheath. That is cool. I'm assuming it comes with both. I have actually not really seen fixed blade companies do that now. Keep in mind, I'm not that familiar with fixed blade companies, but I also don't know if maybe he paid extra for this or if it was, I don't know. But if they really throw in both of these sheets, that's really, really cool. Let's talk about those here in a minute. Yeah, there is the blade. So this one is called the Disaster Junior Tanto. This is the junior. I wonder what the senior looks like. Very cool. Ooh, that feels good. That feels good. What a beautiful blade. Okay. Get my head together. Let's tackle this. Let's talk about these. Let's do a retention test on the Kydex here. Feels pretty good. You got a little bit of side to side if you push it, but it's nice and tight, so it's not going to be rattling around. Got a belt clip right here for just standard tip down carry. I mean, I guess you could do tip up carry, but I don't think it's really built for that. So pretty good Kydex sheath, very kind of normal and plain, good retention, not rattling around, kind of goes in nice and smooth. And then we've got the leather one. Now I'm not going to put it in here because this isn't my knife, and you can see this thing is like pristine. So I'll let Zach decide if he wants to put the knife in here. But what's cool about these leather sheets is it will eventually form to the knife. So you kind of put it in there. I think you can even kind of get it wet or put some oil in there. I mean, I would never do that on somebody else's knife and then really kind of speed up the process. But the idea is that it'll eventually just form fit, kind of like Kydex, but it's leather, kind of that more traditional type feel. What I think is cool about this, though, is you've got the belt loop right here for tip down carry, but I think you can carry this Scout. I mean, it's a little wide for Scout and it's a little large of a knife for Scout, but I think you could put, if you wanted to, you could put your belt through this way and carry it horizontally. I don't know how well that would work out. Like I said, it's pretty wide, but depending on what you're wearing or how you want to carry it, maybe that would work. Pretty cool though, really awesome for them to kind of include two different options in the same knife. And honestly, what I've gathered from half-faced blades, which, did I mention the brand? I don't know if I've even mentioned the brand. So Half-Faced is the name of the company. It is a veteran-owned company. The owner, the creator is, I believe, ex-Navy SEALs, retired now. So these are all made in the USA. They've got a really cool following on their groups and stuff. I'm in their Facebook group. I have been for a little while now. Never bought one, but I kind of, I have my finger to the pulse of what's going on there. And it seems like a pretty dedicated group of people. They're really into the knives. There's a lot of, I'm not going to say fervor, but there's a lot of energy there over them. So it's a pretty cool place to be if you want to check that out and get to know more about half-faced blades, but pretty cool stuff. But from what I gather, their company kind of this represents the company. It's kind of like traditional meets modern. Traditional knife, which you see right here, right, in these materials. but with a modern tactical edge. And this kind of exemplifies that, right? Like you could carry this as kind of a general EDC, beautiful knife with amazing handle materials in a nice leather sheath. Or you could run this in Kydex and have it be more like a modern tactical bushcraft type utility knife as well. And that's one of the things I really like about half face blades is kind of combining those two things. We'll talk about that here a little bit more in a second. Let's look at the knife, huh? Shall we? That's why we're here. I am way far into this video and I haven't really looked at the knife. I apologize about that. This is 3V steel dark acid wash blade. Beautiful rock pattern right there that wraps all the way. You can see it wraps all the way around the top. Nice spine work and all the way on the other side. Very reptilian looking. So it's a little reminiscent of like Borka blades, but different, right? It's more complex of a pattern than what he typically runs. I think it looks really, really nice. It looks cool. Love these grind lines. Love that dark acid wash there. You can see the logo. So this is kind of what they're known for, is this half face on the blade spine right there. This one is Native American, which I see most often, but I've seen a few others as well. So I don't know where exactly that comes from or why that's chosen and why certain knives have different faces, but that's kind of a characteristic of these. You can't see it too well on this one. Most of them you see it more clearly. This one just has so much patterning and the dark wash on there. Really sharp, nice and sticky edge. Very thick behind the edge though. So this is a 100% Tanto beefy boy. Look at how thick that tip is. Thick blade stock. This thing is a rough and tumble. Stab it into things. Use it as a pry bar. Even do a little bit of light chopping, right? This isn't a slicer extraordinaire. This is a bruiser of a blade style. And I think the Tanto is a good choice for that. Looks really good. I like it. You can see how thick it goes right here. I think we've got G10 liners. All this black is G10. Up here, this is ram's horn, I believe. Zach sent me a spec sheet on this over the materials. So this is ram's horn. You can see that kind of natural grain in there. You can see a little bit of a blemish on this side. Mosaic pins going through. I believe brass on everything here. This is some kind of faux rock. Kind of gives it this stone type appearance. I assume it's acrylic. I don't know that for sure, but usually when you see things like this, it's an acrylic mixture with the gold and the white right there. This is desert ironwood, very heavy, dense wood with a beautiful pattern you can see right there. Lanyard hole, once again, brass lined. Very, very cool. Oh, let's do some size comparisons. I believe the blade is like 4 inches, just under 4 inches, like 3 3/4. Overall length is about 8 inches, maybe a hair bigger than 8 inches. Let's do weight. What sort of weight? You know, I got desert ironwood, you've got brass, you've got ram's horn. 5.4, not bad for, you know, a big, thick, stout, beefy knife like this. What do we got to compare it to size-wise? Here's the paramilitary 2. So about the same overall length. A little bit longer on the Disaster here, Disaster Junior, but cool size. I've been scoping out fixed blades a little bit more lately. I haven't fully dove in because I love my fidget factor. I love talking about action and lockup and all that stuff. But fixed blades are definitely very, very cool. And I've had my eyes on half face here for a while. And this one may make me bite the bullet and go and get one. Because like I mentioned before, I really like the kind of combination of old school materials and build with that modern kind of tactical feel to it. And I got to say, ergonomics are insane on this. When I saw this pattern, which is kind of like kind of reminds me of the Onzo pattern. I mean, it does and it doesn't. You've got these kind of diamonds coming in, but everything is smooth. Very, very 3D. Like this is pretty proud here. When I saw this pattern, I assumed that it was somewhat random, right? Like they just did the pattern for the sake of the pattern. But putting it in hand, it actually, I mean, it's finger grooves. Like my index finger just profiles right up on that first groove right there. I mean, it's crazy. I assume that's by design, but you can see how my fingers, because what it looks like they actually did is they took finger grooves, like you would normally see to make something really ergonomic. And you can see on the back here, it's flat and smooth. They've taken this and they've simply extended these into this cool kind of pattern running up. So what I thought was just a random kind of visual type pattern thing actually ended up being an extremely good purchase and feel in hand here. Because this is relatively smooth, right? This isn't like G10 or grippy, anything like that. But because of the pattern on here, it really locks into your hand. I mean, this thing is in there. Very, very nice. You can put your thumb up here, do some nice detail work. Let's check reverse grip. Ooh, that feels pretty good too. Not quite as good as the saber grip or the hammer grip, but it feels good. Little bit of hot spots going on. I mean, not hot spots, but you can feel a couple things going on here with the pinky and the reverse grip. But you know, if you're doing reverse grip, I think ergonomics are the least of your concern. You're probably doing this for a very specific reason, and you want it to be firm in your hand more than anything. If you're coming down, you do not want to be sliding, so that's the most important thing, and this has a very good purchase. Put your thumb up over the top here. You're not sliding down on that blade. I mean, I guess you could, but probably not. Very, very nice. Ooh, I like the sharpening choil too. Just visually, I like that. Keeps it clean. Got a little bit of a finger choil there also to prevent you from sliding forward. So very, very cool. Check them out. Half Face Blades. Pop into the Facebook group. It's a pretty fun place. You can learn about things. Or if you're looking for a fixed blade that kind of has this combination of new style, old style, this might be your ticket. I like it. All right, guys. What do you think of this? Is this a company that you've ever checked out? Would you ever check it out? Veteran owned, USA made. Looks very cool. This is something that I could see me picking up, honestly. Thanks again, Zach, for sending this my way. Really enjoyed checking it out. All right, guys. Talk to you later.